Hi everyone, today we're going to do some windowsill herb gardening. A windowsill garden is really good because you remember it's there and it's quite handy. You just clip off the leaves and you use it when you're cooking, and different herbs have different uses, and it's also a good way to remind you need to water the plants. And it has mental health effects because you see it and you smell it, and it's a bit of nature inside your house. So the first thing to remember is that you don't need fancy pots. You can use almost anything that's in your house. And yes, you need holes and things. You don't have to drill the holes yourself. You can use your own form of drainage. What is drainage? So drainage is really important. It's kind of a way, we're going to use rocks for our drainage, but it's to make sure that the plant doesn't drown. If it doesn't need any more water, it just seeps through and it sits at the rocks. Or like this, for example, it will seep through the holes and go into the wee saucer. Okay, so we're going to do that first. Any little stones. We have a couple of these. We're going to put it at the bottom of this. You want about, well, depending on the size of it, but a good layer like that. Okay, and we're going to fast forward and do all of them. So we have our drainage system, and now we're going to add soil. Here at Opportunity, we mix our own little batch of things. We have a little bit of soil, a little bit of compost, and a little bit of old coffee ground. Coffee ground is used to add a little bit of energy. And you can do this all at home. You can either buy your own soil. It is good to mix it up a wee bit. Have a little bit of soil, which is like the sandy stuff, and compost, which is broken down organic matter, like fruit and veg. That's broken down by heat, water, and help from bugs. Again, another reason why bugs are important. So we have our mixture here. The reason that you have a mixture is because plants want a little bit of everything. It's like us, we want a little bit of every day in food. So we're gonna fill, and you're probably gonna make a mess. So maybe get some newspaper down, or go outside, enjoy the sunshine, or even just put, a good idea is even put a bucket down, so if you do spill anything, you can just pick it up again. So something to remember here, that when we're putting this in, you're picking up a lot of air bubbles. What you want to do is just push it down. So when you water, you're going to get rid of those air bubbles, and you're going to see that the soil's dropped. So you're just going to help it a wee bit. Push it down. So you see, oh, there's still more space. And we're going to put it on here. So we're just going to fill all these first. We push them all down. What you want to do is not fill them all the way to the top. We want a wee bit of space, not too much because there's quite small seeds, just enough that we're going to be able to sprinkle a little bit more soil on top. So key thing to remember with seeds, you're going to push them down 3 times the size of the seed. So little ones like cress, they're really tiny. You're just going to sprinkle them on top, and then you're going to sprinkle some soil on that. Coriander seeds, I'll show you here. They are, if you can see in there, I don't know if that's going to work. So coriander seeds are slightly bigger, so we're going to just push them in slightly. And what you want to remember, you don't want loads of seeds, because what will happen, they don't have enough space to grow anyway. You want to scatter them about. So the bigger the seed, the more space you're going to have. So again, go the 3 times rule. So we're going to just kind of put these all the way around. Well, probably 5 or 6 in here is enough. The thing as well, if it gets quite big, you can just take them out and put into a bigger pot. But with herbs, because you're going to use them with cooking, hopefully, the idea is that you're going to keep trimming, so it's not going to go into a big bush. That's not what you want. You want to keep using it. Don't pull the whole plant out, just trim it, and the plant will keep growing all year round. Okay, So we push them in. We're going to sprinkle a little bit on top here. Okay. Put them back in. Here's our cress. And seeds can be found anywhere. A lot of people you'll find have seeds in their house they're not using, so maybe think about doing a seed swap. We have quite a lot of extra seeds here. If anyone needs any, we're happy to send them out. So as you can see, these are quite small. I'm not going to use the whole packet. The bigger the seed, the bigger the pot. So I'm kind of just judging what I want. So these ones are smaller. So just scatter them on top. Cress grows really quickly, and it's really nice in sandwiches, salads, even just sprinkled on those stews. Sprinkle there and sprinkle there. Okay. Just scatter some soil. This one we've got some basil, my favorite. Has anyone made basil pesto? I love it. Really good with some pine nuts. If you cheat, you can add some cream, make it creamy. So these are even smaller, but this grows quite big, so that's why I chose the bigger pot for this. Scatter there. There we go. See, so we do have extra seeds. And once all our volunteers come back, we're going to grow loads of herbs. So a little bit of compost on top. And here we have chives, another one of my favorites. Actually, to be fair, I don't think there's a herb I don't like. So open this one, and this one's also very tiny ones. These ones, you also get garlic chives. If anyone ever finds them, they are so yummy. They smell really good, and they can be eaten fresh or cooked or dried out. Okay, we have our seed. We've got our drainage, we've got our soil, we've got our seeds. Last two things that you need to grow the plants is water and sun. So hence windowsill, you need to put it somewhere where it's going to get some sun. Maybe don't bake it, but it needs at least a few hours every day. Okay? So the thing to remember with seeds, when you're outside and it's bigger plants, you can pour water on and you can use a hose because the plant's a lot more stronger. It can take a bit of a beating. Little seeds like this are very sensitive, and we need to treat them with a little bit of love. So it's really good to actually use a spray gun rather than a watering can. So if you do that, it just splits the soil, it upsets the seeds, and they might not grow. Yeah. So this is our first time, so we're going to use quite a lot of water. I'm going to just keep going till the soil's good. And a tip with it is watering often and little is better. So if you're watering once a week and flooding it, it's not good. If you're watering every couple of days with a little squirt, it's a lot better, it keeps it going. Okay? And watering process is really therapeutic. It's also another form of mindfulness. You're just focusing on the plant, wishing it lots of love, and just seeing it. Last thing to do is labels. So I don't know about you, but my brain is filled with loads of things and I forget things. I just about forgot what I was planting straight away. So you can use this about anything. You can write on the thing if you want, do a little sticker. We have used little old popsicle sticks and just wrote on it. Another thing that I've not done, which I will do, is write the date that you planted it. So it gives you an idea of when you planted it and if it should be growing. These seeds should be growing within a couple weeks. If they've not, that means that the seeds were maybe dead in the first place, or the soil wasn't right, or it just wasn't in the mood. So it's maybe a good idea just to take out the soil and start